Welcome to Peace Vision. We are a portal for positive change. And today I'm really excited to bring a guy on who can teach us a lot of things about how to bring more peace into our life. In fact, he wrote a book all about it. Please welcome Dennis Berry. Tell us about your book, Dennis.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it. Yeah, my book is called Funky Wisdom, A Practical Guide to Life. And my background comes from a background of sobriety. I don't always lead with that, but it's applicable here because a lot of people fail in that respect because, there's that harmful behavior, the alcoholism or whatever that addiction is for some people. And they try to just cut that out and it doesn't work because you have to get deep to the root of the problem. And the problem is that there's something deeper down in there that you need to address: fear, anger, uncertainty, insecurities. And these are things you have to find and dig a little deeper. And when you do, you get that peace that you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I saw the cover of your book. I haven't read it yet, but I will. And it talks about 6 steps to inner peace and achieving more in your life. What are the basic 6 steps?
Well, the first thing is awareness. You can't solve a problem you can't admit exists. And, so if you're like, oh, things aren't going well, something's wrong. And in my case, I knew that for like 15 years that things weren't going the right way. But it's like you almost have to be feeling enough pain, like when the pain is greater than your willingness to change, then you'll make those changes. So awareness, I need to be like, all right, admit that there's a problem. And then I need to calm down. That's always because my brain is always my biggest problem. That's why my podcast is called the Funky Brain Podcast, because my brain is funky. I'm always thinking about harmful things, fear, uncertainty, insecurity, anger, frustration, and which I call the human condition, because I think we all suffer from that. I think that it's not unique to me or you. We all have that problem. And then I need to connect with some sort of spirituality, because I think in my case, I felt like I was alone. And that loneliness is a killer for a lot of people. And when I have that connection with, that power greater than myself kind of thing, it's not necessarily, if the word God scares you, don't call it God. Whatever it is for you, it's just having something that's bigger than you to believe in. And and then it's cleaning up the past, because for a lot of people, they hang on to the past, and it really keeps them from being productive in the present and to look positively into the future, and then helping others and just staying positive.
That's a great one, because helping others, it doesn't seem like it, but so much joy and reward is gotten from helping other people. For you, you said you struggled with alcoholism and you got to the point where it just became too much for you. What was it that prompted you to make that next step and get the help you needed?
Well, we hear a lot of cliches in those programs, even those old bumper sticker sayings and everything. But, the big one that sticks with me is nothing changes if nothing changes. There's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. And every day I would wake up, look in the mirror and cry and say, I'm never going to drink like that again. I'm never going to do drugs. I'm never going to do that harmful behavior. And then I would walk over to the freezer and grab some whiskey and start drinking. And so nothing changed. Like I never got to the other side of my problem. And so finally, it's like everybody had to hit that rock bottom spot. And that's different for everybody. But I was like dying physically, spiritually, emotionally inside. So I had to make changes in order to get to a better place.
And once you did, tell me what's going on with you right now. I understand that you have a really successful podcast that you do. And what's the work that you're doing right now?
Right. So my podcast, it's a similar message that you're sending, which is why I think we connect so well, is that mine's more of a variety show. Like I've talked to athletes and entertainers and everybody in between. And it's just about spreading different messages of positivity. I don't want to talk about politics or racism or really sensitive topics that divide people and keep them angry and keep them from being less productive and achieving your goals and your dreams. And so it's really, it's a kind of a dive into my funky brain, and it's a fun take on some of the serious things that we talk about, but fun, lighthearted. I want to laugh, and I want to talk about wisdom and happiness and stuff like that.
And where can people go to see this, aside from you being a guest on Peace Vision, of course? But tell us, where else can we find you?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube, Dennis Berry, my channel, and on all the major podcast networks, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, like all the major ones like that. So you can find me on there. My website is dennisberry.com.
Awesome. Dennis, we're going to have you back on again. We're going to talk about some things about the thoughts that we think and how they affect our lives in a future broadcast. But until then, we thank you for your time, and we encourage everybody to go to peacevision.com, sign up for your free Peacegram, start your day off with some wisdom, and we'll see you again soon, Dennis. Thank you.
Thanks, John.